This giant was exhausted. He drank all the water in the river in one gulp, desperately chasing the sun. He was the legendary divine giant Kaufu. Not long before, demons had sown chaos in the world. They used chains to tightly bind the sun's golden crow in the sky, leaving the earth without night forever. People used to work at sunrise and rest at sunset, but now everything was in chaos. Prolonged exposure to high temperatures left the world completely parched. The enslaved people worked for lords, suffering tremendously. To resolve this situation, Nuwa had Neza go to the northern grasslands to seek help from the divine giant Kaufu. But when Neza reached his destination, he only saw a high mountain. With difficulty, he climbed to the summit and discovered a cave. His pet, little bear pig, believed Kaufu was inside. The two went in together, but the blackness inside the cave blocked their way. He couldn't resist trying to tear it down. The next second, a fierce wind instantly blew them away. The cave turned out to be Kaufu's nostril. His body was as tall as a mountain. After learning of Neza's intentions, the kind and brave Kaufu decided to set out immediately to save the sun. Arriving in the east, he saw the sun tightly bound by chains, surrounded by countless guardian demons. They were stone mountain spirits born underground. Their bodies were as massive as Kaufu's. The two fought, evenly matched. Taking this opportunity, Neza hurried to find the sun. However, he didn't expect that the chains binding the sun were also extraordinary. Neza exhausted all means but couldn't untie them at the time. The battle nearby also entered a critical stage. Kaufu suddenly released all his strength and shattered the stone mountain spirit with one punch. The demon's seal also shook. The stone mountains binding the sun collapsed one after another. Seeing this scene, Neza immediately activated his universe ring and broke the iron chains. The golden sun bird regained its freedom. Exhausted, it landed in the west to rest for a while under the fusang tree. But suddenly it rose again, emitting a miserable cry. It flew toward the distant north. It turned out the golden sun bird, imprisoned for too long, had developed despair and hatred toward humanity. According to ancient legend, 10 suns appeared in the sky, scorching the entire earth so people couldn't survive. The golden crow's 9 brothers had all been shot down by Hui. To take revenge on humanity, it wanted to dive into the Dead Sea and plunge the world into eternal night. To prevent this, Kaufu relentlessly chased the sun. They passed through forests, crossed mountain peaks, and even battled strong winds and rainstorms. They dared not stop. After a long and arduous journey of 49 days, they still couldn't catch up to the sun. His physical strength gradually depleted. Sweat poured out like waterfalls. His size shrank several times over. At that very moment, a massive yellow river appeared before them. This was like sending charcoal in the snow. Kaufu excitedly drank all the water in the river in one gulp and continued chasing the sun. But the long journey finally exhausted his strength. Sweat kept flowing. Neza, seeing this scene, couldn't bear it and told Kaufu to rest for a while. Kaufu said no, if the sun sank into the Dead Sea, all life would perish. He couldn't let that happen. With this conviction, Kaufu finally reached the North Sea. Watching the sun about to sink, he shouted hoarsely, "Wait!" He said he understood its anger, but it wasn't humanity's fault. Before he could finish speaking, Kaufu's body fell with a thunderous sound. He had finally died from exhaustion. The next second, Kaufu's body gradually turned into a pile of stones. The golden crow was moved by Kaufu's persevering spirit. At the moment when the last ray of light was about to disappear, it returned to the mortal world. Meanwhile, Kaufu's body became the lush Danglan forest, and the desolate northern frontier, where his footprints had passed, also revived with vigorous vitality, becoming a paradise on earth. Later, the story of Kaufu chasing the sun was remembered by the world, becoming an eternal myth.